Hello everyone. I am Saurabh Jain and I welcome you in tutorial number 2 of course on AutoCAD, which has been going on engineeringtalks.com and mechanical-eng.com. So let's start today's tutorial. Today's objective is we will be drawing a base plate and a column, which will be something like this. Our objective is to create some sequences to understand what are the various steps in drawing, understand how to set up the drawing, how to edit a drawing, what are various basic functions we do in the Excel. So we'll give you an overview of AutoCAD track today. Some simple shapes to work on. We'll work on rectangle, circle, hexagon. We'll demonstrate some commands which can be used in most drafting practices like copy, move, trim, line, polyline, circle. So we'll walk through with one examples. Objective is not to learn in detail, but your objective of this class is to walk through the overall CAD cycle drafting processes. So this will be a very good example to look off how AutoCAD works. And remember, you also have to do the practice step by step with us. Fine. So let's start. There will be some different steps to go on. So first step will be we have to set up our drawing, which is most important thing. So let's move into AutoCAD and set up a drawing. Now there are few things that I'll be teaching in this AutoCAD. Don't think why I am doing, what's the reason behind this, but step is to understand. Look, we'll learn gradually step by step. So there will be times that you will say why we are doing this thing. Don't worry. At the end of this exercise, you will understand many things which you cannot understand like this. Look, this is a start drawing button. In this example, we will not use this start in drawing. But yes, when you click on this start drawing button, it opens you and gives you an opportunity to start drawing. Fine. In this, we have, if you can see, there is a setting icons. Make sure the drafting and annotation is on. This is we need to do it. Why? Forget it out. But yes, we need it. Fine. So now when we talk about starting a new drawing, look, we have inbuilt AutoCAD templates. And in this drawing, we will be using imperial system with inch and feet system. So we need to have, like we have in Microsoft Word, Excel, you have AutoCAD you have templates that you can use ready-made templates. So same way we will use template today. So instead of clicking new, now I click on this button. Now when I click on this button, there is an option of new. This gives you an opportunity to use templates. So we'll use this. Fine. So I'll click on this new. And now there is options. So I use AutoCAD template, which is based on imperial system. Fine. What are templates? How to use templates in a separate tutorial. But yes, right now we are using AutoCAD tutorial. Fine. So we have opened this now. Now we'll do setup of drawings. सबसे first of all, what I want is I want to keep dynamic input on. So see over here. This is dynamic input. We'll off everything. Look, when it is on, it is called blue color, and else it is gray color. So let me off everything first. Fine. So everything is off right now. So now what I want to do is I want to keep this dynamic input on. So this has been turned on. When it is blue, it is turned on. Dynamic input is used to give inputs other than command line also. Fine. I am keeping it on. Now second is ortho. I am turning on ortho also. Ortho helps you restrict your mouse to move in horizontal and vertical directions. So we are doing this also. Fine. Now there's another one we can do is background on and off. So this is background. You can either do it on or off. Choice is yours. Fine. Okay. Now what I need to do is, so these are the couple of things. What I have done is my orthogon is on, my dynamic input is on. You also have to keep these two things on. Whatever things we need to keep on off, we'll do parallel in between. But now you understand that how to turn it on and off. Fine. This first step has been done. Now what we need to do is we need to set the limits of a drawing. So there is a command called limits. We'll use limits. LI MITS. I press enter. So see what it is asking. Start specify the lower left corner. So I say, look, I can do with mouse also now because dynamic input is on. But no, I have to write in the command line. So I will write 0, 0, 0, 0 and will press enter. Fine. Now it is telling me specify upper right corner. So I say 100, 50. Fine. 100, 50. I press enter. So this my limits. I have set the limits to my drawing area. So now if I want to switch to my area, that my entire area is on the screen, there is a command called zoom and we have to zoom all. So what it will fit you to the screen. So what I'll write now, I write Z space A, enter. So this has set up a drawing for us. Fine. So this is called the drawing area we have done. Couple of more settings. Let's go into this snap and grid. Right click on this and click on settings. So look, here we have settings now. One is snap on, grid on. So I'll do grid on and snap on. Now what it does is grid will show you some base grid lines in the drawing, which helps you to understand what is the distance between 2 points, 3 points, like this. It gives you a visual way of looking at drawing. Grids are never printed on screen. And snap also restrict the cursor movement within one snap settings. Don't worry, we'll talk in detail. But right now what we want to do is we have to on snap, we have to grid on. Look, these are the shortcut keys also, you can see. Fine, everything is a F9, we have a shortcut keys. Fine. So now what setting I need to do is, in snap X, I'll write 0.5, snap Y 0.5, grid 0.5 and grid Y 0.5, and major grid lines is like 5. So every 5 there will be a major line after every 5 points. Let's see. I click it on OK. So look, you can see these grid lines, and with every 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a major line. So this is called grid lines. This helps you to understand how to draw. Fine. Look, I have changed the settings. Now where my screen will go. So I'll say Z space A. Z space A and see, enter. Now it is perfectly set into your screen. So we have entire area been zoomed like this. Fine. So this is the way to set up a drawing. We have set up the drawing. So I'll just save this file. You can just save this file. You can save. Say I'm writing tutorial 2 base plate. So this is my drawing. I have saved it out. So first step has been done. Okay, let's move now. So we have set up the drawing. What we did, we first of all open the template AutoCAD one, and we set up the limits, we set up the drawing area, we did the settings for snap and grid. This has been done. Now second step will be that what will be drawing, we need to understand. See, when you talk about a drawing, we have a base plate we have to draw. Fine. We have to draw the nut bolts, 4 nut bolts. We have to draw column. So these are the things we have to draw. So step by step we'll draw everything. Fine. So next time what we'll do is, first of all I'll introduce you layers into the concept. Why we will use layers, you will come to know after the end of the example. But right now so layers, what are layers? Layers are used to organize all objects we draw. Think of them as a transparent sheet lying one after another. So what happens is, say there is a one object with one layer, another object element in another layer. So if we hide one layer, our first layer, we can see hides. We can what we can say is that it's about managing your elements, which elements you want to show, which elements you don't want to show. So it depends on entire system how layers will be made. You will come to know when we talk about this in more in details. But for now, it is like layers is used to organize your drawing. We'll have an example where layers will play an important role in this later on. Fine. So when we talk about this objects, We'll be drawing base plate, we'll be drawing column, we'll be drawing anchor bolts, we'll drawing nuts, we'll also draw cross hatching. Fine. So we'll make all these layers individually. So we'll have a separate layer for base plate, we'll have a separate layer for columns, we'll have separate. So total we'll make now 5 layers. Fine. I understand that may not be required, but yes, this is a part of the exercise and we'll try to learn how to apply layers. Fine. So let's set up our layers. So we are into this AutoCAD, and yes, when we see over here, you can see layer properties. So when we click on this layer properties, we'll get an option of layer properties. Just click on this. So here comes our layer properties. Fine. Right now I'm crossing it. And look, in a command line, if we write LA and press enter, it will open the same. LA enter. I did some mistake. Escape. Just a minute. I say LA enter. So here comes layer. So layer was the command, but yes, it's LA is the shortcut and we are able to do it. Now we see these 4 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. The leftmost is new layer. It will show you. Let's see. So this is a new layer and we have a shortcut also. Fine. So we have a shortcut Alt plus N. So we can create with shortcut also and like this also. So now I'll click this new layer button. Fine. So now we have to name this. By default it is layer 1. So we can name this layer. So I'll name this layer as a plate. Fine. So this is my plate layer. What I'll do is I'll type PLATE plate. Fine. Plate layer. Now you see there is a color one which is like white. If I open it like this, you see this is a white color. But I don't need a white color. What I want to do is I'll click this out and I say this is cyan color for me. So this is a cyan color. And now when I click on this OK, what I have done is that my base layer will be shown in the cyan color. So this is how we have made one layer. Now we'll make all 5 layers that we have decided. Now let me make a column layer. So I again click on this plus button. Now I have to rename it like column. COLUMN, column. And now say I'll give it a name as a blue color. I click on this and I click on this blue. So now this is blue color. Okay, fine. So this is how we can do this thing. Now let's make an anchor bolt color and make it a green. So I'll again click on this plus button and I write anchor bolts, and in this color let me give it the green color. Fine. So this is how we have made 3 layers. Now let's make another layer for nuts. And I'll give it a red color, say. So here is my red color. Fine. Okay. Now last layer, and this is for hatching. So we can write hatch and give it a color magenta. Let's see. So I can give this the magenta color. Fine. Okay. So this is now we have made a layers. Now most important thing, look, it depends. Instead of anchor and nut bolts, I would have given a name as hardware layer and had used one layer only for them. This can be one thing. So it is all depends on what is the industry practice, what is your requirement, and what is your individual judgment. So which layer to select, it depends on your judgment. But yes, we have learned how to make layers. Fine, that we have understand. And having too many layers is better than not having many layers, because sometimes you can always club the layers, but differentiating, making a say there is a one object and you want to differentiate in 2 layers may be troublesome. So it's always good to have 2 layers. Fine. So this was all about layers. Now we have done the layer setup. Now we will draw the plate. So when we draw a plate, we'll be using line command to draw the line. It is important. So now let's work on line command to draw our plate. Let's move into our AutoCAD. So look, we have these layers available, and first of all we need to select our plate layer. Fine. So what I'll do is I'll first double click this, and when you double click you have a plate layer available. Fine. So now whenever we type anything, we are now into a plate layer. Now we can cross this one because it will take our extra space. We can keep it open also, but yes, for the timing we'll cross this now, as we will no more needed this layer system. Cross. So now we can see that this is a plate layer enabled, and this is the color of our layer. Fine. So let's start with a line command. So line command will come with L. We have an option of line command over here also, but we'll do it L. First I'll press L and click enter. As soon as it says to me specify the first point, so I'll write 68,7. What I'll write? 68,7 and press enter. So look, I've got my first command. Fine, this is my point 68,7. Now what I have to do is, you remember we have kept orthogonal on. So now when we do orthogonal on, we go in the left, right, in the horizontal and vertical directions only. So it works 90-degree movement. When I'm moving this, say if I go right, it's going to, if I go to left, it's going to 0 degree. So it's like 90-degree orthogonal movement. It's either vertical 90-degree or 0 degree or 180 degree. Fine. You can see how Excel is moving, how my lines are moving. So what I need to do is, I'll just move my cursor to the left direction. I move left direction. Now it says specify the next point. So in the move left direction, I press 36 enter. I click 36 enter. So look, with the orthogonal, I just tell the cursor that I want to move 36 on the left side. It is done. Now let's move up and say 36 and enter. 36 enter. Now I have to move which direction? Right direction. So I again move, say right, and say 36 enter. Now what I can say, I can say C for close, and it will do it for us. So let me add C, enter. So this has made our base plate. Hope it was easy. So you understand the importance of orthogonal on. If it had not been orthogonal on, you cannot do this thing. Then you have to move exact to the exact point. So this is quite easy and good way of doing. So this is, we had made a base plate. Now what we'll do is, now it's time to add bolt. Fine. So now when it's time to add bolt. So let's start making a bolt. First of all, we need to select our layer. Right now it's layer plate. So we can drop down this and we can say anchor bolts. It's quite easy. So look, now we don't have to open in Google layer properties and click. It takes time. So AutoCAD is all about mastering, about efficiency. So the way faster we can do the things, it is better for us. So we need to, there are ways of doing the same thing with different ways, but we need to learn how to do it. So we have selected our anchor bolt. Now we need to draw an anchor bolt. So what we'll use a circle command. Here is a circle command, you can see. So just I'll add C. I'll press C and press enter. It says me specify the first center point. So what I'm doing is I'm just clicking INT, which is called for intersection. INT and press enter. So now it's asking me intersection for, so I just click on this point. There's a green button, you can see green cross. I just click this. As soon as I click, it says me specify the radius. So I just say, instead of radius, I say D for diameter. When I say D for diameter, it's asking me the diameter. I say 1.5. I click on enter. So here is, you can see. Now look, I need to see, because I want to show you that it's small one. So you can zoom in like this, you can zoom out. So this is called zooming. Fine. And when I click and select like this, this is called pan. So now you can see that this is panning. This is called panning and this is called zooming. Fine. So now you can see that this circle has been made. So this is our bolt has been made. So now what I need to do is we need to make a nut into it. Fine. So we have added bolt to the system. Now we say add hexagon nut to it. Fine. So adding hexagon nut needs we need to have a polygon. So now you can see there is a rectangle button, and if you select this drop down, you will see a polygon. You can click this one, or you can write a command which is POL. I add POL. I press enter. So it is asking me the number of sides. In the polygon we need hexagon, so which means number of sides has to be 6. I press 6 and say enter. Now it's asking me specify the center of the polygon. So first of all, what I say is I write CEN. Why? Let me tell you. I say CEN to select center of. So what I can do is I can just select this circle. When I select this circle, it's telling me, okay, you need the center of this circle, but inscribed or circumscribed. So I say circumscribed. Fine. As soon as I say circumscribed, it is like this. Now it is asking me the radius of the circle. So I say radius of the circle as 1.5. 1.5. I say enter. So look, I have ready with this hexagon bolt. But there is a problem. Oh, you know what the mistake we did? That this is not at the right position. We have to take it to right position, which means that actually I had purposely done this to show you how to move it now. So now next point is we add hexagon nut to nut, but yes, now let's move circle and hexagon to correct location. So we'll use move. So what we need to do is now we need to move these objects. So first of all, we need to select these two objects. The best way is to select these two objects like one. What I'll do is escape. First of all, write move. M-O-V-E, move. I press enter. Now it's telling me select object. So I click on this first object and then I click on second object. So I've selected two objects. Fine. So when you have selected two objects, now you have to press enter. When you press enter, it's telling me that you have selected two objects. Fine. Now it's telling me to select a base point or displacement. So I say displacement as a 6,6. I click on 6,6. Do not touch mouse right now. Say enter. And now it's telling me for another point, I just click on enter. So look, I have just displaced this 6,6 to the location. And this is how we have moved easily. Fine. This has been done. So we have moved it. So now say you want to again set your position. So there is an option zoom A, Z space A, zoom all, enter. And now exactly it has been positioned to your screen. So this is how we can move the command. Fine. So we have moved circle and hexagon to correct location. Fine. With the help of move command. What next? Now we need to produce additional nuts and bolts, and there are many ways to do it. So now from many ways we'll use one command like copy and mirror command to use this. What we'll do is we'll first copy our first nut bolt into second nut bolt, and when we'll have two copy nut bolts, we'll mirror them out. So this is the way we'll use to do it. So let's start. Oh yes, I did one mistake as well. I forget to change the layer of nuts one. So let me change the layer first of all. See, both are in the same one. What I'll do is I'll select this. I've selected it, and now I'll change it to the nuts one. This will change for me the layer. Fine. This has been done. Okay. So now let's first of all copy our, we have changed the layer. Now what we want to do is we want to copy it out. So I'll use a copy command. I say copy, copy, press enter. Now once I have done copy, I select these two objects, first object and second object. It says me two objects have been selected. I press enter. So when I say enter, specify the points. So I'm just doing it 0, 24. 0, 24, and I press enter. Specify the second point, I just click enter. So look, with the help of this, we had copied the two nuts and bolts into second position. So this copy has been done. Fine. Now let's make a mirror of this. So what I want to do is I want to make a mirror of these two into this one. So what I say, I'll use a command called mirror. Fine. I'll use a command mirror, mirror. Enter. So it's tell me select the objects. Now there's a way to select. I can say P for selected previous objects. See what will happen. I click P and press enter. As soon as you click P, two objects have been already selected. Now I select the third object. Now I select the fourth object. So now it says total 4 objects have been selected. So now I can press enter. Now it's telling me specify the first point of mirror line. So I say first of all mid. What I say? mid, mid, and I press enter. So mid of, so what I'll do is I will select the horizontal upper line. So say let me select this line. So I've selected this. I want to do the mirror from midpoint of this. This is my horizontal line. Now I have to, I can click on second, say below over here. So when I click below of this line, it just gives a mirror objects. Now it's asking me erase source objects or not. So if you erase it out, only 2 will be on the right side, but I'll say no, or I can just press enter, which is default. Fine. So look, by this we have copy and mirror the objects, and our objective was to produce additional nuts and bolts has been done. So this is way we can do it. Now we'll move towards adding column to this. Now as we have produced additional nuts and bolts with the help of copy and mirror command, hope you are enjoying this tutorial. So let's start with, it's time to draw column. So how we will do column we'll talk about, but yes, I have a request. If you are enjoying this video, please like and share and tell from which city you are watching this video and how are you enjoying this. This is not a tutorial, this is just a walkthrough for AutoCAD, and we'll continue our journey step by step of each command. We'll study each command in detail in coming tutorials. So let's be connected. Let's start. So when we talk about column draw, first of all we have to change the layer to column. This has been done. Fine. So now we need to draw a column. So what I'll do is I'll use a command which is rectangle. Fine. So I'll use a rectangle command. So as soon as I use rectangle command, so it's telling me specify the first corner point. So I say first point is 44, 16. 44, 16. I press, just a minute, 44, 16. When I press 44, 16, so now it will ask me the second point, specify the other point. Now it's this time I'll use a relative reference with, I'll use @ 12, 18. What I'll use? @ 12, 18. So I say @ 12, 18. Escape. I just say undo. So how to undo? Press U and press enter. So it has done undo. Let's do it again. So whenever you do mistake, you have to press U and press enter. Undo. So it will do undo. Let's do again. What I'll do is I say rectangle. So when I click on rectangle, I have to use first point which is 44, 16. 44, 16. Now I say @ 12, 18. Now second point is @ 12, comma 18. So here comes my rectangle. So this is rectangle. Now we need to round this corner with fillets and offset to give a wall thickness. So we need to round the corners, and second we have to give a wall thickness to it. So let's do. So what I'll do is I'll just add first of all a command called fillet. What I'll do is I'll use the command fillet. Fillet, fillet. I press enter. Now just a minute. Now it is telling me select the first object. Fine. So what I'll do is I first of all say select the first object. So I click on R. I press R into it and I say enter. So it's asked me specify the fillet radius. So I give the fillet radius as 2. Now keep watching what's happening. Don't worry, we'll talk about fillet in discussion detail later. I press 2 as a radius and I press enter. So as soon as I say, it says select first object, or it says polyline radius trim. So I click on P for polyline. Why polyline? I'll tell you later. P. I press enter. Now it says me select 2D polyline or radius. So let me move this cursor. See what's happening. As soon as I'm moving, if I move this, it will be. So I click this rectangle and I press enter. And this, what is done? We have done now. We have filleted our rectangle. So when I use the polyline, it did for all together. If I use singly, so I have done first line 1, then second, 3, 4, 8 times we have to do the polyline. So we have saved the time with the help of polyline option. Fine. Please make sure to do it with your help also. Let's start. So now this has been done. Now we'll use offset command. We'll use offset command to make a wall thickness. So let me write first of all a command. Escape. Let me write a command offset OFFSET offset. We have to read commands. It is very important to understand offset. So it says me you can read current setting and all options available here. Now I click on specify offset distance. So I say offset distance as 0.75. Fine. So I write 0.75 and I press enter. Now it's telling me select object to offset. So now I'll select the object which I want to offset. So I select this object. Now it's telling me specify point on the side of the offset. So move the cursor like this and just click. So look, this has been done. Let me press enter. It says, so look, we had made a column, hollow column with wall thickness of 0.75 inch. Hope this was easy. Hope you enjoyed how we have done. Fine. Okay. So we had drawn the column. Now we'll add hedge crossing. So now let's add hedge crossing to our drawing. Say between the inner and outer edge of the column. Generally hedge means cross section. So let's see how we can do that. First of all, let me tell you that with the help of mouse, you can always, when you use zoom in, zoom out like this, and when you select and move like this is called panning. So based on the requirement you can do. So now we'll hatch. So there is a hatch column. Let's see where it is. This is called hatch in the draw panel. Fine. This is hatch. So we need to hatch, or I can use even a hatch command. HATCH hatch. I press enter. So when I press enter, it's telling me specify the internal point where you would like to see. You can zoom it out and see. Look, you can see where So I select a point in between this. I click on this. So now this is hatch. Now you can decide the type of hatching you want to. Say you select different type of hatching. So it will show you different hatching like this. This is different hatching. So there are various type of this. So I am using ANSI 131. So this has been used. Fine. Now you can even change the scale of it. So say I just click on this and I change the scale by 5. 5. And now when you click in this, you see a difference. So there's a difference. So now you can see that this has been done 5. So this is the way we can hatching can be done. Hope you are able to understand. So our base plate is ready. We had made the base plate, we had add nuts and bolts, we had made column, we had made a cross section of the column with the wall thickness. So this is how this has been done. So our part 1 is done. Now there's something tricky. What's that tricky? Let's move ahead. So I have something very special for you. Let's see. So now engineer want the change. What has happened is engineer came and said to us that column need to measure 18 by 18 instead of 12 by 18. So which means therefore the base plate is so small and the anchor bolts are the wrong plates. So now what is needed is that we need to change our column from 12 by 18 to 18 by 18, which means we have to move 6 inches. So now how to do? So there is a magic of stretch. Now we'll learn about stretch command. Let's see. Let's move into our Excel. So what we need to do is, first of all, there is a modify panel, and in this is a stretch command. You can see, you can also type stretch or you can click stretch. So let me click the stretch. Now it's still select object. So what I do is, because I need to stretch this point over here, I select one point at top right outside this base plate. Now I select a second point, say somewhere in this like this. So we have selected a second point. Now it tells me that we have selected 10 objects. So I press enter. Now it says me select the base point. So this is our base point. Now snap should be on so that we can identify this point. So I selected this base point, this. Now it's telling me, look, now we can stretch it out like this. Can you see? So we have to just stretch like this and we have to keep ortho on. If we will not keep ortho on, this can create a problem. So now I say 6 distance and I press enter. So we have stretched it out and we have made it from 12 by 18 to 18 by 80. Very simply. So hope you are able to understand stretch command also. So this is how we are able to stretch it out. Now we had made first of all rectangle, we made it a circle, then hexagon, then we moved it, then we copied it, then we mirror it out, and then we made a rectangle, then we did the offset, then we did hatching, and after that we did stretching. So this has now we have been done. Now let's talk about plotting the drawing. How we will plot. This is important. So the next step is to understand on the way to plotting. So printing and plotting, these are two things that we'll talk about. So when we talk about on the way to plotting, we have made the drawing, we have done everything. It's time to plot. So let's look into some options available in plotting for us. So when we talk about plotting, you can see there's a shortcut Control plus P we can use, or this is a plot option. So you can even click this plot option. Let's click this out and see the things. See, this is the plot option. First of all, there is an option name in the printer plotter. You have to select the printer option. So say I can right now I'm selecting Adobe PDF. Fine. This has been done. Now it talks about paper size. So you can take any paper size that you feel look good according to your drawing. Anything. Say I say take A4 size. I have taken up, which is good for right now. Then there is what to plot. Now this is an option to look for. So instead of what to plot in display, we say limits. because limits is the way we decided we fix the plot, right? So let's do limit. Now this is fit to paper. We can say center for plot. Instead of offset, we can say center the plot. So our plot has come into center. See, with this plot, it comes to center. Now instead of fit to paper, we can say center plot. Now we can click either fit to paper or we can do custom scaling. So I can say 1:10 because I want to draw 1 inch is to 10 inch. So say 1:10. This is my scale point. So it is mapped accordingly. Same way we have plot style. In this we can do monochrome. So it will give all the color as a black. I can say yes, fine. So this has been done. What else we can do is, let's see. We have done monochrome. Now we can see the preview option. It says the annotation skill is not equal to plot. Do you want to continue? Right now we have not done any annotations. Let's continue. Oh, this has not come correctly. Wait, let me cross. It is not correct for me. So let me do fit to paper. Now I click OK. Let's do preview. Now it's look better. Fine. So this has been done. You can right click and exit. So this is the way. Then you can click on OK to print and it will plot for you. So this is the first steps. Fine. So hope you are able to understand what are the various plotting options available in the plotting section. Now, when we did the plotting, our engineer is back again with some new exciting opportunities. Now here comes the magic of layers we'll talk about. It says that I need the shop drawing of base plate along with holes, but no columns and no nuts. So he needs the design, no columns, no nuts, only the base plate with holes. So what we can do is, let's move ahead into our AutoCAD. So we have this AutoCAD available. Now what we can do is, we have an option. Let's open our this thing. So now we don't need nuts. Let's close this bulb. Nuts gone. We don't need hatch, gone. What we don't need? We don't need columns. It says turn off, turn the current layer off, turn the current layer off. So here comes our layer. So now we have this. We have this new drawing available without any work. So this is the magic of layers. You can hide the layer, you can change the layer, you can modify the layer. And if you want this back, happily turn on. And here is our drawing again. Let me save this drawing. Control save. And we are done with our AutoCAD exercise. You can always download this exercise from the website engineeringtalks.com. Make sure to do the practice. Fine. Let me close this. Close. So after this, congratulations. You have learned many commands that will use forever in your AutoCAD career. Hope you will join this course. Remember, the course will start now. This was just the introduction. I wanted to get awareness with everyone that join us in the AutoCAD course. Yes, and now the most important point. AutoCAD knowledge exchange. Look, I am not very good expert in AutoCAD. But yes, there might be many engineers who are AutoCAD. Everyone is expert of their domain, their industry practices, their patterns. So I invite all AutoCAD expert people to join us in the exchange. You want to showcase your expertise in this course? It's very simple. Join us on AutoCAD Knowledge Exchange, flipgrid.com/AutoCAD. Create your video, say speak for 5 minutes on AutoCAD. Tell about your practice. Say if you are a AutoCAD designer for architecture and if you want to showcase some of your practices, what you do in your industry, I'll be happy to showcase your video in these tutorials. So it is about joining together to learn AutoCAD. I will play a role of facilitator and you all can join us in this AutoCAD course. So I will showcase most of the videos that are useful, your expertise to all the students who are joining us. You have one idea, me have one other. We exchange, we both will have 2 ideas. So that is the concept of AutoCAD knowledge exchange. Fine. So we have walked through on our AutoCAD track. Now it's all about joining the course. So if you want to join this course, it's very simple. Join the engineeringtalks.com, join AutoCAD Club, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I need your help. Help me to promote this video. Help me to share these videos. We need AutoCAD students to learn, and we need AutoCAD experts to join us. Our objective is to connect worldwide engineers or engineeringtalks.com. If you know any other software and you want to join us to showcase your course, say if you know Solid Edge, if you know NX, if you are ready to share your course, your expertise, I'll be happy to welcome you on the board. Let's look forward to meet you again. Thank you very much.